O que aconteceu aqui? Talvez sabe, galera, de que volta no canal AndeXGames. Mais uma live. Dessa vez aqui é tarde. Essa tardezinha aqui. Um pouco mais de 2 horas aí da tarde. Quinta-feira, dia 6 de fevereiro já. Está passando nem cheiro. Janeiro já voou. Estamos em breve. Bom, se volta aqui pra gente continuar a nossa play no Eternal STRANDS. Essa aqui tá live aí já do jogo. Joguinho bacana de aventura. Tô curtindo. Bom, antes da gente ir pro game, né? Dos avisos aí importantes. Já antes da live, você deixar aquele like aí. Você que tá aí no YouTube nos acompanhando em 4K, deixa aí o seu likezão. Se essa live não merece seu like, deixa o seu like, se inscreve também no canal, caso não seja inscrito ainda. Você que está aí na roxinha, um grande roxinha aí. Deixa o seu apoio também com o seu follow. Mande suas mensagens no chat, vamos estar interagindo aí. Use seus pontos do canal. Como já é de praxe aqui, né? Tá começando nossa rave. Uma ravezinha na tarde aqui. E aí, varão? Beleza, mano? Como é que tá isso? Deixando o like. Tudo na paz contigo. Esse jogo tá bacana, velho. Legal, tô gostando. Curtindo a aventura. Baixou ele? Ah, isso é legalzinho. Bem pequeno ele, né? Acho que ele não é tão grande assim. Embora já esteja aí na quinta live já. Passando um pouco aí 10 horas de gameplay já do jogo. Mas é isso, joguinho bonitinho. Legal de jogar. Massa, mano. Tô falando de Jogando ainda. Jogando 2 Black. Terminei muito rápido, né? Era pra ter jogando mais um pouco. Ter feito pelo menos mais uma live dele. Passou voando. Terminasse? Legal. Tu tá gravando aí ou tá fazendo live? É muito bom, velho. Da hora, da hora. Vamos esperar o 4 aí. Pra sair o 4. Chegar em Day 1 também no Game Pass. Maravilha de jogo. Daí antes eu jogo o 3. Mas eu não joguei ainda. Versão remaster, né? Se não me engano ainda está disponível no Game Pass. Dá uma olhada aí depois. Esse no gameplay mais live? Fez live no caso. Ah, tu fez gravar então. Saquei, saquei. Então passa lá no teu canal. Curtir lá os vídeos. Mas é isso, vamos lá pro game. Caso você queira fazer uma doação também, tem o QR Code aí em cima. Você ler ou acessar a página diretamente do link aí no midfielder.tv.br/AndeXGames. Você vai estar acessando essa página de doação. Escolhe um som lá, personalizado, né? De acordo com o valor. Você pode mandar um valor a partir de R$ 1 aí. Isso vai estar ajudando bastante o canal, beleza? Então isso vamos para o game. Espero que o áudio aí esteja legal. Estamos aqui com a nossa guerreira. Nossa point. Um fagozinho, um bichinho. Sem pila. Fazer já uma live. Massa, beleza, mano. Depois eu dou uma passada lá no teu canal. Apoio lá também. Deixar os likes. Beleza. Valeu aí pela presença, mano. Sempre apoiando aí o canal. Agradeço demais aí. Não precisa ir no pouso do tecelão. Na baixa na baixa da égua. Onde é que é isso que eu não sei? Eu não sei. Lá em cima. Onde é mais perto?
Tangles, as far as the eye can see.
Esse negócio não tava aqui antes, não. Apareceu agora, essa fumaça roxa. Sei que tem um cabo aqui. Não quero enfrentar ele, não. Deixa ele aí. E das neblina por aqui. Opa, tudo bem? Só essa passagem. Tá tudo assim, velho. Não tá vendo essa flecha. Não estou vendo. quero perder tempo com vocês, não. Licença aqui. Porra, essa aí. Nossa merda. Não quero perder tempo com vocês.
The record said this place was registered to our enchantress of interest, Lucia. It sure doesn't look like a saboteur or smuggler's den. On the workings of Archons by L. de Crassus. Seems promising. Dom?
Certainly topical. There were references to it in those notes you found, come to think of it. Definitely bring it back. Another piece of the puzzle.
Falei com o Dan sobre as informações recuperadas. Chegou o local logo, sabe? Não é, rapaz? Ainda bem que eu peguei o beco, sabe?
Any luck with the materials we gathered from Lucia's workshops?
Yes. I'll let Sev fill you in.
We started with the book, which was painfully dry and
Unsurprising. The Enclave was notoriously tight-lipped about the construction of the arcs.
The book was still useful, as it contained a number of craft-specific terms, shorthands and annotations. All critical. Referencing the book clarified the notes.
Without it, they bordered on deranged rant, especially at the end.
Sort of a window into her thinking.
We suspect Lucia spent a long time in isolation while working on these.
She covered many topics, but the most prominent was her work into the flood.
I'm sure her work was interesting. But eyes on the prize, gentlemen. What did we learn about the floods? Does she have an answer for us?
Partially. This is the design.
Her research led her to one conclusion. to stop the floods. She needed to disrupt a barrier of some sort. The frustrating thing is that she never explains what barrier or where it could be found.
She assumed, unfortunately, that anyone else reading it would know what she was talking about.
Her design is detailed and specific. The device it would create inverts the flow of magic and enchanted objects, disrupting them for a time.
We think the devices we found on the arcs were prototypes, small experiments to determine efficacy and duration.
So what's the catch? If the floods are still happening, clearly she didn't build one.
Lucia's thimble, as she calls it, requires some highly specialized components. It has to withstand considerable magical flow, far more than what's produced by an arc.
It's like how mass scales exponentially. Just because you can build a scale model of an aqueduct doesn't mean the real thing can support its own weight.
Thankfully, that supply cache you found has the necessary materials to handle that kind of magical flow.
Solar can pick up where Lucia left off then.
Exactly. The other thing we'll need is a source of magical flame. Solar's mantle won't be enough by itself.
I can handle that part easily. Okay, so we have clear next steps. Just one more thing. What happened to Lucia?
The flood. Our best guess, at any rate. There's no sign of her.
That's the vídeo.
I am going to be poring through Lucia's notes for years.
Fascinating stuff.
Perhaps not to everyone, but she was a brilliant enchanter. It's not often I read a marginal comment accompanied with a lewd doodle and go, "Flames, that's brilliant."
I keep thinking about how angry those notes were.
Lucia's?
Yes. The tone was acidic, and she clearly felt she'd been betrayed. Not in the general sense. It was personal. I just wish she'd been more clear about by whom.
Ressonância de fogo. Serenita refinada. Tem que matar um dragão de fogo aí. Deve ser isso. Lém. Tá nomezinho. Destino. Aqui é o asilo. Comprar asilo. Sozinho mesmo. E aí, Augusto, beleza? Obrigado pela presença, mano. Salve, salve, boa tarde. Que negócio não é aqui, né? Eu jurava que era aqui. Opa. Imagina, mano. Vai se ajudando, né? Ajudar um ao outro aí. Ajuda mútua. Acho. Vai arrumar uma piscina pra mais tarde? Gente. Vai nessa, cara. Vai cair, velho. Eita, lá vem ele. Vai pausar aqui não, né? Isso eu queria te enfrentar agora. Deixa essa sacanagem. Aí tu me quebra, né, bicho? Aqui cercou direitinho. Onde é que eu tô aqui? Eita. Me ajuda, bichinho. Oh. Oh. Sai daí, doido. Aí. Toca. Tá subindo a asa. Subi na sua asa, bichão. vi nada. Olha lá, bichão. Peguei, fatality.
Could all these do more frost magic?
Peguei-lo de jeito. Sai daqui. Consegui morrer tudo. Foi que enche o life todo. Esse que live tem caído agora. Ixi, caiu a live. Não é tão difícil apertar ele. O negócio é esperar ele pousar, né? Subir em cima dele já era. Oxi, só mais não? Eu queria descer aqui agora. Se bem que já entrei aqui, né? O que dá pra fazer? Um retalho. Acessar pelo portal, ué. Porra de lugares. Gelo, gelo. Magia do bichão. Será que aqui deve ser aqui, né, assim? Lá dos arcantes.
Where am I? Underground.
That barrier almost looks like the veil.
It must be the one Lucia wrote about in her notes.
And the panel looks like our scribe. Anyone know what it is?
No idea.
Similar design to a scry, but it looks like it's a permanent installation. Like it interfaces with the room. Could this be the harness?
Must be. It seems like Asylum involved sealing away whatever's beyond this barrier. With this discovery and everything else you found, I should be able to piece together what Asylum actually was.
Line. Line. Acho que caiu mesmo a live. É fogo. Agora foi que eu vi. Parte 2 aí da nossa live. Oi, mulher. Essa mulher mesmo. E é que tu és? Tu é mulher, tu é homem.
I know we need to discuss the barrier and its potential ties to the flood. But want to give me a rundown of the research first?
Of course. Years after the surge, there was an inexplicable spike in casualties.
You don't think it's due to the arcs going hostile?
Well, that may be part of it, but we can't be certain due to the information blackout. All we know is that it nearly wiped the Hearthsiders out. What seems to have saved them was Asylum's execution, a defensive measure that involved sealing the underground behind a magical barrier.
Almost like the Veil.
Exactly like the Veil.
So, back to the barrier. Think it's the one Lucia was trying to take down?
Yes, the very same. She was right, too. It's causing the miasma floods. The raw magic that off-gasses from the Veil is what causes the tangles to cluster at its base. In speaking with Dom, we theorized that this second barrier could potentially be doing the same thing. Except in a more pressurized environment, like, say, within a barrier of kinetic magic.
We don't get small pockets of raw magic like tangles. We get floods of it.
Precisely.
So we need to remove Asylum's barrier to stop the flood. Now we really need to talk to the others.
Agreed.
Reunião.
All right. Let's go over everything we know so far.
We know that, for a time after the surge, civilians continued to live in Tenebron until they were forced to evacuate the city.
Por um tempo depois dos surtos cidadãos continuaram para ouvir até serem forçados a evacuar-se.
We're still not sure the cause.
Wherever the Hearthsiders went, they're still actively sending scouting groups to scavenge for supplies. From the uniform, the creeper who was watching Bryn sleep belongs to one of these groups.
Esquisitão.
We also know that a defensive procedure codenamed Asylum sealed access to the Enclave underground. This was done using a barrier almost exactly like the Veil.
Lucia, an ex-high enchantress, opposed Asylum and began working on ways to sabotage it.
Her research forecasted that the barrier would cause the Enclave to flood with miasma. The very same flood that seems to have killed Lucia before she was able to finish her thimble.
But we have her design. It could disrupt Asylum's barrier.
So Lucia's thimble is the key to our survival.
It's less a key and more like a magical battering ram.
Whatever works.
What is it, Lane?
It's just, I've pored over all the documents we've compiled, and a concrete link between the evacuation plan and the underground is nowhere to be found. I can't shake the feeling we're missing something.
The Enclave destroyed a lot of information from their documents. Could that be why you can't find a link between Asylum and the evacuation?
I considered that. The Enclave may have hidden their location from Lucia.
Being a weaver isn't about being certain all the time. It's about taking calculated risks to carve a path forward. And regardless of the Hearthsider's location, disrupting the barrier is the only option to stop the flood.
You're right. I just hope that if we did miss something, it doesn't come back to bite us.
Even if it does, we will handle it.
That settles it. Bryn, it's time to use the thimble.
Só pode pegar aquele negócio ali. Serenita refinada. Tem que pegar isso. Tem 4 aqui.
Zola, Lane, what are you reading?
A book boundless. It's a pastoral, though a rare post-surge work that incorporates life and system magic. We will never replace it all. How could I have been so careless?
E agora? Baixar um dragão. Aqui da chama viva. Dango. Deixa eu ver que tá um negócio.
It's a good thing heat waves like this don't last long, or the plants would cook.
Farewell, food supply.
Deixa eu morrer. Não é tão fácil. Ah, tá. Está você. Bicho aqui. Coisa aqui em cima. Ira. passagem aqui, não vi. Opa. Cabeça de tocha. Chega mais. Uma água, hein? Sacanagem. Aí, doido. vezes é o time de sair. Porra, mano, bicho rápido. O bicho é rápido, o bicho te pega. Pegar aqui o vídeo. Não, vem, me pega. Mata não, bichão. Não se deixou, não. Boa.
No chance we'll get a new strand from that.
No, too weak. The only way to strengthen a power is through active harvest.
Boa. Matamos mais um bichão. Eu parti o base.
Thank you for your help with that, Bryn. You've a deft hand for flame magic. You can wear Sev's apprentice hat for one day. Also, Lucia knew what she was doing. This thimble, was clearly designed to pair seamlessly with Enclave constructions.
Must be her experience as a high enchantress at work.
Based on Lucia's notes and what we discovered at the Bastion, this was custom designed to disrupt Asylum's barrier.
If it can stop the flood, we need to use it soon.
Agreed. We don't know how much time we have left. That console that looks like our scry should be the controls for the barrier. The thimble was built to interface with it.
Time to disrupt.
Eita, que apareceu. Ela está protegendo tudo. Você é ela, né? Esse bicho. A horda de monstro.
Great timing. I owe you one.
You need to come with me. All of you.
Ok, chefe. Você que manda.
We mustn't cause a panic.
Esse grupo agora.
Sure. It's not like we had a dire supplies shortage on our hands before this happened.
What do I tell the High Enchanter? The Guild will want...
Enough. We won't discuss this further. Not in front of our guests. Identify yourselves.
Aurea Harpenay, or Silverbeak, as I'm known among Weaver circles. This is my band, and beside me is our acting point.
Bico de prata. É conhecida entre estações.
Bryn. And you are?
Khan Stuneld, Eye of the Enclave. My colleagues are the Spindle and the Axle, representatives of the Enchanting and Crafting Guilds. Who sent you?
Sent us?
Taza? Renland? Udea? The Enclave is the envy of the Maida for its magical prowess. Clearly one of those nations has finally grown a spine and decided to take it for themselves in our moment of weakness.
Moment? No one sent us. We came here by accident.
What kind of fool do you take me for? You expect me to believe that you bypassed our veil, infiltrated our loom gates, and breached Asylum without a national power backing you?
When you put it that way.
This is a misunderstanding. We're Weavers, like you. There was a brief opportunity to enter the Enclave for the first time in decades, and we took it. Everything we've done since we arrived has been to uncover what happened here after the Surge. And to find you.
If that is true, have you really no inkling of the trouble you've caused?
No.
Your reckless conduct has unleashed an enemy that nearly destroyed us 27 years ago.
The Surgeborn. They first appeared a little over a decade after the veil went up.
Where did they come from?
No one knows. But they arrived in the underworks before making their way to the surface.
Where they left a trail of destruction in their wake and wreaked havoc on the Enclave.
Causing casualties to rise.
And so I called for a retreat here, saving countless lives. We sealed the Surgeborn in the underworks for good. Until now.
We've been here a little while now. Don't you think all of this could have been avoided if you'd properly said hello?
She's right.
This is hardly our fault.
Look, Surgeborn or not, we had no choice but to remove the barrier. Though, I suppose we owe you thanks for warning us about the floods.
Who warned you?
You did.
Did we? I'll deal with you later.
While we can agree Arakin breached no contact protocol, it has proven to be the right decision. The floods were growing worse, and now they have stopped. Even if fixing them has introduced a new problem.
One my band would be more than happy to help you solve.
Ha! Work together!
Sorry to interrupt, but you mentioned your last name earlier. Any relation to Shireen Harpinay?
She was my mother. You know who she is?
Of course! I mean, before my time, obviously. But she's still renowned in the Enchanting Guild. Her work is remarkable.
Oh. I can't believe she didn't mention that.
There is so much I'd love to ask you, but for now, Aurea comes from a long bloodline of outstanding and renowned weavers. Shouldn't that buy her band some grace?
All right. Your presence in the outskirts will be tolerated. Nothing more.
What about the Surgeborn?
What about them?
Shouldn't we work together to deal with them?
We could use the help.
The Surgeborn are a problem for anyone in the outskirts, not us. Cassidon's Hold is a fortress.
The scouts do head into the outskirts to scavenge for supplies.
We'll take our own precautions. Speaking of, we have pressing matters to attend to.
But...
Enough! My word is final.
Bryn, the one that led us here is clearly the one that warned us. Try to talk to him before we leave. Maybe he's willing to work with us.
Will do.
Para aqui. O fuso. Deixa.
This can't be right.
Ninguém quer falar mais nada. E tu, doido? Vamos começar.
Hey, Arakim, was it?
Oh, just call me Arik.
Well, Arik, I never got a chance to thank you. You know, for grabbing me before I fell to my death.
I think you had it. Besides,
Tira a massa.
I couldn't let you plummet into a chasm. The eye is pretty peeved with me, but hey, that's just a bonus.
You seem awfully trusting of us, considering the terrible first impression we've made.
I was spying on you the first time we met, so let's call it even.
Sure. Maybe you know everything already then, but have you got any questions for me?
Just one. Why are you here?
Decades of war across the Maida followed after the Surge. Magic and Weavers were blamed for all of it. Without the Enclave as a stabilizing force, it's as if the world outside has splintered into factions, divided by chaos and fear. Not to mention the lands surrounding the Vale are completely shrouded in tangles. I'm here to bring down the Vale, and play a small part in restoring the Maida Basin to what it was before the Surge.
Wow. That's a big picture vision if I ever heard one. If that's truly what you want, then dealing with the Surgeborn is the first step. Ever since the Veil went up, our people have been in crisis. They've spent so long in it, they're afraid to do what it takes to get out. It doesn't help that some have benefited off that same crisis.
Who?
Who always benefits? The very top. Our leaders are too preoccupied with their own concerns to form a unified front against the Surgeborn.
Such as?
The Spindle is obsessed with getting the Arcs functional again. She believes that will help us regain control. And the Axle is too stressed about our supply shortage right now. But, if their concerns were handled, they could pressure the Eye to finally address the Surgeborn.
That sounds like an opportunity. And are you a representative yourself? Do you have sway?
Representative, yes. Sway? No. I represent the Scouts, meaning I'm at the meetings, but I don't have the title to back me up. The Scouts were once points like you, but our role has changed since the veil went up. We were effectively drafted into scavenging for food and supplies. It made sense following the surge, but it's been years. Recently, we've even been separated from Cassidon's hold and the remaining civilians. Anyway, it's the guild leaders who will need to pressure Khan Stanild into dealing with the Surgeborn. Which is what needs to happen before we can even think about tackling the Veil.
Sounds like I've got some palms to grease.
Yuck. But yes, I'll come by your camp later. We'll be able to speak more freely there.
What is that about?
The eye isn't one for idle chit-chat. That's worth watching.
Talk to you back at our camp.
You got it.
Sev, you all right?
No. I mean, yes. I'm fine.
You sure?
Rin, the rest of us are heading out. See you back at camp.
I got to go.
Let's talk in your camp. I can speak freely there.
So, you.
Me?
The one causing trouble. The one poking into corners. The one who hasn't the good sense to leave well enough alone.
Had you allowed Arakim to reach out to us sooner, this could have been avoided.
Arakim has a proven record of poor judgment on matters of protocol. I will not be lectured by the person who put us all at risk on how best to handle our security. But I'm being impolite. Let us start afresh, shall we? Please, share what you hope to accomplish by loitering around the hold.
Weavers outside the Veil have been hoping the Enclave would be a bastion of lost arts. And it's clear that's not the case. Still, there is history and expertise to be found here. Even if it takes our band ages to piece it together, it's worth restoring.
I shudder to think we have disappointed the cart pullers out there selling our collective skills like mercenaries. Perhaps they could write us a sternly worded letter. Still, your point is well made. Much was lost in the surge, and very little has been recovered. Though I look forward to seeing what knowledge outsiders can recover that the Enclave's leading enchanters cannot.
Like it or not, I'm here to help.
The Enclave stands on a blade's edge. Stretch our resources too thin on risky ventures, and we face collapse. Certain elements of our population call for action, for bold purpose. And I ask you, what purpose is bolder than survival?
Well...
Purely rhetorical. We must survive, and we must make considered, careful moves if we are to do so. There is no sacrifice too great towards that goal. You, at least, understand the precarity of our situation. Now understand the necessity of our caution.
I do, but...
Thank you for your time. You may go.
But...
You may go.
Nice. Não tem mais. quem primeiro. Fale confuso no forte de Siga. Confuso. Fio solto. Interessante. Agora deixar pra continuar na próxima live aí. Dar uma pausa agora. 2 horinhas aí. Gameplay. Temos uma quedinha aí. Na roxinha, né? Live dividiu em 2 aí. Mas é isso, galera. Se você que chegou no canal, deixa aquele like aí no YouTube. Valeu pelo apoio. Se você quer ver pela roxinha também, agradeço a presença. Mais tarde tem mais. Daqui a pouco eu volto aí com Miranha. Spider-Man 2 aí. E é isso, galera. Ficando por aqui. Eles aguardam vocês na próxima live. Até a próxima. Oxi, estranho. Esse mouse é... Oxi, que onda, velho. Bora, mouse, me ajuda. Que doido. E agora pra desligar a live. Vou sair do jogo aqui. Assim, beleza? É isso, galera. Ficando por aqui. Valeu mais uma vez aí. Aquele forte abraço. E até a próxima.